Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tom over at TFCIV MMA. And as you can see, we are joined with a very special guest here today. We have Mr. Julio Arce, UFC Bantamweight. How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. Great to be here. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, doing good. So obviously some big news for you and your career coming out this last week. You, Cody Garbrandt, this March at the T-Mobile Arena. How stoked are you for that fight?
Dude, it's an opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. And, a big name like that, you rise to the challenge and that's it. It's go time.
There we go. How'd the fight come about? I mean, when did the UFC approach you with this one?
It was at least a week and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
They offered to me and was like, look, anybody else who got that opportunity and get a name like that, I got that name. So now it's time to go. And the way I see it, it's like, it's time to rise to the challenge. Even though he's not ranked right now, he's still a very top contender, former bantamweight champion. So look, it can't get any better than that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you fought in guys like Song Yadong and stuff. So, I mean, competition-wise, this may not be the biggest, but of course, publicity-wise, this is the biggest fight of your career, I'd say by a decent margin.
Yeah.
And we briefly met a couple months ago at UFC 273 in Jacksonville, and you put on an awesome performance there, getting the win. But this could be a huge jumpstart for your career, and that I think it will be. And how do you see the fight going, man? Personally, if all plays out how you want to, what are the headlines reading that next Sunday morning?
It's like it's gonna project me to bigger fights. That's it. But first, like I said, the focus is getting past them because look, he hasn't fought in 15 months, but the way I look at it, it's either they're feeding me to him or they're feeding him to me. That's the way I see it. Look, he's coming off a loss. I'm coming off a loss. So it's like, who knows? There's also my last fight on my contract. So, it's like all out. It's go out with a bang. That's it. It's all or nothing type of fight.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, and some people have the best fights of their career when that's the last fight on the contract. I believe your teammate Mike Trezano, it was his last fight at 281, and you saw the performance he put on, man. That was awesome. So that was good.
Yeah, yep. There they go.
Yes, sir. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
So you came down to bantamweight. Is this going to be your third bantamweight fight now or fourth?
It's going to be my fifth bantamweight fight.
There we go. And what changes did you have to make? I mean, did you lower your walk around weight? Are you just cutting more weight? Are you cutting a little bit more down in camp? Just go through the changes you had to make to go down there.
Just my walk around weight has to be lower. And I have Eric Pena who handles my my nutrition and he takes care of all that. So then, he makes the weight cut easy for me. That's it. Simple weight cut. And then it doesn't become a struggle. So I'm not trying to kill myself to freaking make 35. It's like he's the mastermind behind that weight cutting. So
that's awesome, man. Because you see a lot of the guys. I mean, it looks like they're having a tougher time on weigh-in day than they have with the day of the fight. So it's
my god, dude.
So
I hear you. That's nuts. That's the shitty part about all this, but that's what it is. That's what we signed up for, and can't back out now.
Yes, sir. I agree 100%. So you get through weight cut on Friday. Any pre-fight routines you have? Walk me through a fight day for you, man.
Honestly, day of the fight or just through fight week itself?
Let's do fight week and then work our way to the day of the fight.
Look, honestly, fight week, I usually have, if I'm fighting with one of my teammates or I bring one of my teammates with me, we'll do little little sessions here, that training sessions to just kind of keep the body going and just feel like it's another week of training. But then we're just kind of just chilling, just hanging out, just trying to distract ourselves. I try to distract myself from just anything else. The only thing I focus on the fight. May play a couple video games with my buddies here and there and just kind of chill, man. That's it. And just get the weight down and just be relaxed as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. And yeah, Yeah, assume it's kind of a struggle that whole fight week and such, but you keep your composure, you get it done.
Yeah.
So were there any other fights offered to you before Cody, or was that the first one?
No, there's the first one that was offered. It was it's a quick turnaround. I actually was gonna wait a little longer to fight, but then when you have an opportunity like that, I was like, let's do it. Let's jump right back into camp and go. It's like things like opportunities like this, don't come by very often. So I'm like, take it and it's everything. That's it. Go out with a bang.
That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Have you already started camp for this one?
Yeah, I jumped right. Like I was, I stay training even throughout. Like after I'm done with fights, after my last fight, I was back in training. Just like light pace. Then literally like 2 weeks later, like, all right, we got this fight for you. I'm like, I like it. Let's do it. Let's freaking go. Send the contract in. I was like already back in camp.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Quick turnaround. Can't complain about that. So you've had several awesome fights in your career, man. Obviously, you've beat some tough guys. Julio Arce, we just saw last night. Fight didn't go his way. Did you watch fights last night?
Yeah, I saw Alex Caceres finish them the way I finished them.
That's what I was about to say.
Forward. I didn't move backwards.
Yeah, you guys both with that head kick knockout. That was the first thing I said when Caceres put him out like that. I said, man, that was wild. And Arose is a tough guy. You beat him. You also got great wins over guys like Andre Ewell and such. Looking at your career as a whole, I mean, which is the favorite of all your performances, man?
My favorite finish was the Julian Rosa finish. I think one of my favorite fights, although I didn't win, was the Shayman Moraes fight, because that fight got intense.
That was a crazy fight, and that was another one of the closer fights with you, man. You've had two close fights with Moraes and Dawodu, and neither of those decisions, unfortunately, didn't go your way.
But like it's one of those, like, it is what it is. And you're just like, all right. It's like,
yeah, I get you.
I was actually like super. I was like, after the Shane Moraes fight was like, damn, that was just a lot of blood. I think it was like I think the blood made it a deciding factor. But the fact that I was like, fuck it, we're fighting, man. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go now.
Oh, it was one of those fights where you just throw kind of strategy to the wind and you just fight. And those are the fights fans love to see. Like, did you see the one last night with Garcia where he popped the artery on the side of his head? And I mean,
that was wild. That was freaking wild.
Yeah, it was nuts.
My game is crazy. Like look, even whether it's with the new generation, like look at that Drew Dober knocking out Bobby Green. I was like, damn, like freaking Drew Dober. He was like, I'm just gonna throw and something's gonna land and put you out. I was like, good for him.
I think he put it perfectly when Drew Dober said, I come in every fight with a chin and a left hand. And I mean, he had to go through a lot of onslaught to get to Bobby Green, because Bobby Green was piecing him up every time he got close to him.
He was like, once I land, it's like, I know it's going to be, I'm like, it's going to lights out. And that's exactly what he did.
It was one of those ones, man, just like the last card you were on at 281. I mean, we saw Adesanya control the majority of that fight. And then Alex Pereira that left hook again. It just can't get by it.
It's just a crazy sport, man. It's freaking crazy, man. That's what you love. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. It's like it's so unexpected.
Oh, I know. It is wild, but I'm glad MMA is finally becoming more mainstream. I mean, when I started watching MMA, kind of 2008, 2009-ish, and at that point, no one knew about it. But at least now, I see everybody pretty much knows it. Almost everybody knows about it. Hey, did you watch this fight? Did you watch this fight? And you've had the great opportunity. You've been on some awesome cards. I mean, you've been on the last 3 MSG cards, correct?
Yeah, dude, it's freaking crazy, man.
Yeah, I would assume being a New Yorker, being able to perform in the backyard is pretty awesome.
It is. It is pretty freaking dope. But I still got to get my win at the Garden, though.
Yeah, and you will. I think frankly, I think you beat Cody Garbrandt. I don't know what the odds are going to come out to, but that's a fight I'll be betting on you on. I'm not a fan of Cody Garbrandt at all either. So I'm really rooting for you to get the win, get the finish there. But I definitely think you get a win over Cody Garbrandt. That sets you up for some really big fights.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking. Just project from here, and then move on to the next step. The next step in the fighting career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So this is the
to
last fight on your contract. Or is that next step? Is it looking to be in the UFC? I know a teammate of yours, Shane Burgos, just went over to the PFL. I mean, is it going to be in the UFC, or are you going to check out some other options?
I'm gonna look to stay in the UFC. Like I said, it's been it's I'm trying to get on the road, on a consistent road to a championship, a UFC championship. They've been great to me. So it's like I'm moving forward from there. And like I say, like after this fight, like whatever happens, like if I sign another contract, like I'll stay with the UFC. If not, if like, we had to part ways, like I'll find another, I guess, a different promotion, but I look to stay with the UFC. They've been nothing but great.
That's awesome, man. You love to hear that. A lot of people in the media like to bash the UFC, but I've spoken to yourself and several other athletes, and everyone that's actually does business with the UFC has nothing but great things to say about them.
Yeah,
And
they
they
keep
treat
up
the
fair.
athletes great. And yeah, that's awesome, man. So yeah, you get the win in March against Cody Garbrandt. Would you, if you get that next UFC contract, would you look to maybe sneak in another fight in the summer, or would you wait it out and fight at MSG next November?
I'll sneak another one during the summer. It's like I'm gonna stay away from MSG for now, travel a little bit, find Vegas. I know like and we'll see where the UFC goes, but I was always looking to fight Long Island because I know they were back in June or July. I was trying to get on that, but hey, whatever. If I got to travel to Vegas to fight again, I don't mind. I like going to Vegas.
Yeah, that's always nice. So you're in New York, you're based out there. You're obviously a Tiger Showman, and you got some great teammates over there. Do you cross train at all with any of the other gyms in New York? I know you got some big teams in there.
Yeah, look, sometimes we used to cross train a while back. We trained with Gregor Gillespie, Andre Harrison, who's like they're well-known fighters. We used to train with Chris Wade. I mean, we go. Our coaches take us to do boxing gyms to cross train with like some elite pro boxers and just like get work, man. Get work.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And just growing, that's all you can do in this game. If you stay stagnant, you're not going to last. And this will be your 11th fight in the UFC, including Contender Series, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that's awesome, man. You've been in it for a bit. You're very active because I believe you fighting at least 2 or 3 times a year. And
Listen, I'm a company man. Like I like when I want, like I want to. I fight on a regular basis, and that's why like I want to keep it going. I want to keep fighting, stay active, and just work our way to the top, man.
that's all you can do. That's all you can do. So you beat Cody Garbrandt in March. Is there any name you'd like to have next?
Nothing yet. My only focus is on Cody. That's it.
There we go, man. There we go. Locked in, focused, and I'm really excited for the fight. If I had to guess, you'll be higher up on the card, either feature prelim or main event. And I know you'll put on a show. I mean, we can tell from all your previous performances, you're going to put on an awesome fight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait. And the thing is, like, the days are flying by, so it feels like it's gonna come around faster than usual.
Yeah, I know. We got 30 days without UFC for the next month, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but I know they'll go quick. I know they'll fly by, and we'll be right back into the swing of things for 2023. So
That's
it's
right.
going to be good. I'm excited for it. 2022 was an awesome year. What was the biggest highlight in 2022 for the UFC for you, man?
For me, I'll tell you what, the Jacksonville, Florida one was a great highlight. Like it was just like an incredible night overall. I mean, just look even like the whole like all the fight cards have been like insanely stacked and just like action packed from the fight nights to the pay per view. Like they're really putting on some. The matchmaking has been super solid lately.
No, it's been 10 out of 10. Like last night was a card that I think it didn't have many huge names on it to where it would catch the eyes of a lot of kind of casual fan bases. But oh my goodness, some awesome fights, some amazing matchmaking, like you said, very well matched and competitive fights all the way around the card.
That's the thing. It's like, and that's why they're where they at. So, hey,
yeah,
it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that Jacksonville card, though, I'd have to agree with you because that was my highlight of 2022. I've been an MMA fan for a while. That was my first in-person card. Did you stay in the arena after your win and watch the other fights?
They didn't let us stay in the arena. They send us home like right after, so we had to like go to back to the hotel and then watch the fights from there.
Oh no, man! Between the Chimaev Burns fight, the Alexander Volkanovski putting on an awesome performance, man. It was certainly one of the cards of the year, in my opinion. Nonstop action.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, and you started off strong, and it kept going, kept riding the wave, and it was phenomenal, man.
Yeah, man.
There we go. So we'll finish it off here. Just a few more things. Is anything you'd like to say to all the Julio Arce fans out there?
I mean, I just thank everybody, my whole team, Tiger Showman's, my family, all my supporters, all the people that, continue to follow my journey and keep showing support, whether it's, in the wins or the losses, like they're there all through everything. So I always, thank you from the bottom of my heart and just thank everybody. That's it. Always appreciate, the love.
There we go, man. There we go. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure talking with you, and I really look forward to seeing that fight in March. And I look forward to seeing you get the win.
Take care, brother. Good talking to you. Thank you.
You as well. Thanks.
Of course. Later.
Later.